Well, hello everybody, this is Megapieman doing another review of another game. And this time we're doing a Castle Crashers. Came out yesterday. Waiting a long time for this game to come to PSN. If you don't know what Castle Crashers is, it is a game made in Flash, I believe, by the Behemoth, which is a company run by Tom Fulp and Dan Paladin. Same people who run Newgrounds.com. I got a couple of animations up on Newgrounds, and Newgrounds has games, movies, and all sorts of stuff. All you have to do is make a file in there, make something in Flash, and you can upload it. You can also upload art that's made in any program, and you can upload music, and it's a really great website, so make sure you check that out. So starting off here with nice rocking going on, we're going to go through and they're going to tell you how to play the game. Basically, square does fast attacks, triangle does heavy attacks, R2 plus triangle does your magic, X jumps, and etc. So they're going to put in right here is a bit of the story, which apparently this evil wizard steals a crystal that belongs to this king, and as you'll find out later on, he sends you out to go after the crystal. Apparently the wizard is using bandits to do his bidding, and the bandits have also kidnapped 4 princesses, one of all the matching colors of all of the different Castle Crashers. Now this game, the actual game, I'm playing the demo because I have like $13 and the game is $15. I literally need like not even two, like $1.50, $1.50, and I'll be able to get the full game. But I just don't have any way to get it onto a card that I can use to buy the game off of PSN. So I'm going to have to settle with the demo for right now, and it's pretty awesome. When I first heard about Castle Crashers, honestly, they kidnapped the princesses there. That's nice, they're pulling the orange one and dragging them by your face. When I first heard of Castle Crashers, I had absolutely no idea what it was. And then I found out that it was accessible on Xbox Arcade, but now it's finally at PSN. But the Behemoth is also no stranger to Sony PlayStation, as in the PlayStation 2, in which they had a game called Alien Hominid that came out for the PS2. I believe it came out actually in the box. I don't know if there was a way to download games with the PlayStation 2. Never really dabbled in the PlayStation 2's internet thing online. The only time I actually got hooked up for online or internet access was with the PS3, so I'm not sure if Alien Hominid was a DLC, was only downloadable for the PS2, or if it was actually on a box or not, actually from a disc. Castle Crashers is only downloadable, and it's great. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat what's going on and give this game. I'm going to give it a 9. The only reason why I give it a 9 is that it can somewhat get repetitive. That is the only reason why it's got a 9. The music is great, the graphics are awesome. I mean, I've worked with Flash and I can't make anything anywhere close to this. Here we have the blacksmith shop, in which I really don't know much about it, but if you go in this frog thing, you can actually choose different weapons to use. Of course, you have that weapon that the green guy starts out with, and then there's the mace that the red guy starts with. There's that, I don't even know what that is. The blue character starts with that one, and then the orange character starts with that cleaver axe thing. I'm going to use the black thing because it's, look, I haven't used it yet. I have used the cleaver, I have used the mace, and I've used all the other weapons, but whatever this black thing is supposed to be, I don't know what it's supposed to be though. We got a weird reindeer frog that this blacksmith has captured to be his storehouse. And we're going to start up here into the next level, and they take absolutely no time to throwing you in the middle of the action. Right here you can see in the background whatever knights are left from the king who sent you out to try to claim the crystal are going out against the what are they called? Oh, he's pummeling that guy in the face. Don't pummel him in the face! Don't say you little guys can pummel in the face. What are they? Berserkers? No, not berserkers. Barbarians. That's what it is. The king's troops, whatever he's got left, apparently he's got a lot left in the background, are fighting and fumbling over each other against the barbarians. I like how they have the little The non-main characters are gray or light blue knights, but they also have them show up every now and then. They actually lend you a hand, which is nice when you're playing it by yourself. I do have a co-op of this that I was able to get, and I will be uploading that shortly. Right now I've just got the single player going through, and playing co-op it was a lot faster getting through here. I had to cut a lot of stuff and speed some stuff up in order to get it in here. Basically I only wanted to speed up the menus because I wanted to keep as much of the normal gameplay in here as possible. The green guy's magic power is poison, which is why when they hit they walk away and they're of course poisoned. That's the green bubbling stuff. The orange guy is fire. What is that? Is he looting the dead knight? That's just not right. The orange guy is fire. The red guy is lightning. You would have thought that they would have made the red guy fire and they would have had yellow guy for lightning, but they didn't. They had red lightning and orange for fire. And then the blue guy is, of course, obvious, ice. At least they didn't make him water. Normally the normal blue guy is water and then the light blue guy for ice, but at least they didn't make it that corny. So I believe for the normal game has where you can use multiplayer to get up to 3 other people, not 4. To have a total of 4 people of you playing the storyline. They also have arena and PlayStation exclusive volleyball for this, in which you have to hack and slash some sort of volleyball around. There's also a whole bunch of characters to unlock, a whole bunch of weapons to unlock and use. And when we're getting through here, we're going to show you another thing that I unlocked. There's a bunch of different combos to use, and you unlock different combos by leveling up. And like I said before, the only thing that I can say bad about this game is it's a little bit repetitive, especially if you're playing it by yourself. Playing a co-op is definitely a lot better. Right there, I just picked up a bow and arrow. Oh, don't die, little knight. Oh, I think he's dead. But didn't know the new CPR in medieval times. Anyway, that guy down there, you can't save him, you can't help him. It's just a little flash loop that runs down there, and you know, CPR might work better if you take the guy's helmet off. Anyway, I went through here just working our way through some more barbarians. We managed to get to the middle of the battle around the area as you see in the background, where both the barbarians and the knights have collided and made basically a line. We're going to try to walk past that line and dig deeper into the barbarian stronghold. And doing that, we come up to the... It's not actually a boss battle. It's a sub-boss, because there's a bigger, tougher boss later on. It's a ram cannon type thing, something that's completely impossible and was not definitely made in medieval times. But if you have gone to newgrounds.com, they have a game up on there called The Pink Knight, which is basically a mini game of Castle Crashers. But instead of playing as the normal knights, they've been kidnapped, and you play as the Pink Knight to save them. You get a taste into the look of the mechanics and the look of the mechanics of the land of whatever Castle Crashers live in. I don't know what the name is, if it even has a name. And this ram thing is basically kind of looks just like the boss in that game. That game is basically just a big boss battle. But in that game, you're going up against this huge wooden rope exoskeleton suit that this guy is in, and you have to beat it up and tear it apart and take the guy out, which is reminds me a lot of this ram here. Except I don't think the guy in The Pink Knight had cannons on it. There's also Castle Crashing the Beard, which is making fun when Tom Fulp was making Castle Crashers. He said he wouldn't shave until he finished the game, so they made a Castle Crashers mini game. It's basically a boss battle, kind of just like The Pink Knight, in which you're fighting against Tom Fulp's head and his beard. And that gives you a sort of a look into at least the art and gameplay style of Castle Crashers. If you don't have the accessibility to buy this game yourself, you can at least look into it that much. And while they are their own separate games, they do dabble into Castle Crashers itself. So those are the only things that I found, the only actual games that I've been able to find that are related to it that allowed me to get some sort of taste of what Castle Crashers is before it finally came out on PSN. And it's just great. I don't think you can. They don't have Alien Hominid on PSN that you can download, which is too bad. They have. It's really not that bad because no one would really pay for it for the fact that they have Alien Hominid uploaded onto Newgrounds itself, so you can go play it there. It's kind of difficult to play with a keyboard. It was basically made to play with a controller. So if you're one of those people who have your controllers hooked up to your computers, then you can do that. It's not as great of a game as Castle Crashers, though. It's alright in its own respect, but it's got nothing on Castle Crashers. And now that Castle Crashers has come out on PSN, the Behemoth has released their third title that they're still working on. You can watch the trailer for it on YouTube. I will put a link to that trailer in the description. And it is called, I'll put a link to a bunch of different Castle Crashers Behemoth related stuff and Newgrounds stuff in the description. But their new game is called Battleblock Theater, which is it's a 2D platforming game going back to Alien Hominid, which is a 2D platforming game. Castle Crashers, while it is 2D and somewhat platforms, it's more of a 2D free roam game. What I mean by that is, as you can see, you have a limited area in which you can actually move up and down on and work your way around there. You don't have just one flat area, one flat layer that you're stuck to and have to move around there. Here we have these guys who are asleep in my jobs, trying to poison them before they wake up, or hit them with an arrow before they wake up. Oh, another thing for the controls I forgot to mention so far is that you can block holding down the R2 button. Really wanted to mention that. With the life and the stuff, you see up there in the upper left-hand corner, you have the knight's face, and the red bar, of course, is your life bar. The blue bar is your magic bar. Underneath that, you have your XP, and you have the different items that you can switch to with the number you have. And then where you see the crossbow in my items section area, using the R1 and L1 buttons, you can toggle what's in that area to determine whether you want to either use your bow, any other items that you might pick up. The only items you can use in the demo is the bow, and you can pick up health potions, and you can select those and get those going right there. They got on top of this thing, they got the Dad and Me skull mask. It looks like this crack though, but outside that, it looks like that. If you go to Newgrounds, you can check out what Dad and Me is. I talked about that when I was talking about Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's not a Behemoth game, but it is still made by Dan Paladin, who is the artist for Castle Crashers. He's got some nice stuff up on the Behemoth channel of them going through him working on the Medusa boss for Castle Crashers, and that guy is like, he's amazing. He's amazing with Flash. And right there, I'm figuring out how to sprint, because I upgraded a little while ago and got the ability to do a sprint attack, a light and heavy sprint attack. But I couldn't figure out how to sprint. All you need to do with sprint is just walk around for a while, and he will begin to speed up, and then just push square or triangle to sprint. So here we have the big boss battle. You see there's the princesses tied in the background. You see what you thought would be the normal boss, but then the door breaks down. Here comes two of the actual bosses. It's kind of, apparently they're knocking on the orange princess, who one guess goes with the orange knight, because not only was she being dragged on her face earlier, now they tied her to the pole by her face. So that's kind of interesting. So this guy, you don't actually get to beat him. The demo runs out about halfway through. He's got a couple different attacks. He's got that attack right there. If you get hit by that board, he will knock you into the ground, in which you will have to work your way out by pushing the analog stick back and forth. He's got his punch right there, and he's got the shield stab. Oh, there he's going to do it again. And eventually, like when you get about to that area, they'll start throwing out normal barbarians to add to the fight. First time I went against this guy, if he hits you, if he successfully pulls off one of those things, the guys will jump out in the front. But here we have this little weird black guy, and he's going to pull the shade down, and that's going to be the end of the demo. So this game's got a 9 out of 10. Megapieman, and see you later.